Hey everybody, thanks for joining me. My name's David and this is my channel. Today's video, you are your inner child and your inner being. Inner being meaning higher self, divine self, the one self, the Son of God, you see. And inner child being that lower self, so to speak. Jesus called it Son of Man. Right? That feeling of human, the flesh. So we are both. And this is an interesting thing because since we're both, we're kind of this point that resides right in the middle. As Bashar would say, the nature of the universe is a triangle, the point in between the two parts. So I've learned in my life and through my study and my feeling and my experience, I can certainly feel both of these parts of me. So I want to talk a little bit about those two parts. I'll start with this morning. I woke up and boy, I was feeling down and dark. Anyone ever felt that? The day was just spinning in my mind. And of course, last night was still going and there was this feeling of just not happy, not joyful. And of course, it was spiraling every second into more and more thoughts, more and more thoughts. And it was pulling things from different parts. Oh, we know what that feels like, right? I don't feel that too often. So I knew it right off the bat. I was like, okay, I know that I am in a place of half of me. And let me explain, meaning my inner child. So I was now completely attached to the inner child's worries and thoughts and fears and doubts, you see, and I was going down with my inner child. Now, it's really important to understand that, from that perspective, if any of you are feeling that same feeling of, wow, things are not working out for me, and I got this and I got that. Now, the majority of people probably are, or at least understand what this feels like. This means that you're attached to your inner child. And your inner child, let me help you right off the bat, will never, ever, ever be happy by itself. It can't. It can't be happy by itself. And that's what I felt, was this aloneness of the inner child. And boy, I sat with it and I was like, whoa. Now, that would be called an illusion. That illusionary state. So that child is asleep, so to speak. We've heard this idea of asleep, we need to wake up. So let me explain. What happens is that this child by itself is never ever going to be happy because it's looking for its happiness, its joy, its appreciation, its love. Can you feel it? It wants to be loved. It wants to be appreciated. And where is it looking? It's looking outside. It's looking in other people. It's looking in relationships. It's looking in the past. It's looking anywhere that it can so it can feel better by itself. Can you feel that? I need to feel better, therefore you need to change. I need to feel better, therefore the world needs to change. Therefore that needs to stop happening. And that right there, that shouldn't be happening because it doesn't make me feel good. And that's the inner child. That's that part of you that wants to change the world or change your relationships or have more money or want to go do things. You see, it's that part, the more you recognize that child wants to change the world in order to feel better about itself. And when it doesn't feel good, it blames the world and blames others for it. And that's what was going on in the mind. It was blaming and it was talking about things and so forth and so on. Now, I've learned in my life that part will never, ever, ever be happy because it's missing something. Do you understand? It's the negative part of the yin and yang. That negative part is missing. Negate. Negative negate. What is it missing? It's missing the other part of itself. It's missing its inner being. Not all the things. That part of you that feels dissatisfied, trust me, it's not missing your money. It's not missing the places. It's not missing the relationship. It's not even missing love and appreciation from others. The more you recognize, all of that's impossible. It's all one. It can't separate itself and try to get just specific things here, 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 here. You see, that's what's causing all the confusion. Everything is one. It's missing itself. It's missing its inner being. And immediately I knew that, so I went into a small meditation. It just takes a couple minutes to align with this bigger part of who I am. And in a matter of minutes, magically transforming how I felt. The thoughts completely shifted. The world completely shifted. Everything around me looked different. Isn't that interesting? Nothing changed. No one gave me $10 million. It didn't just arrive at the door. I didn't get the phone call, oh my God, of my life. Oh my God, everything's great. No, none of that happened. It was just a shift of consciousness, a shift of focus, knowing from experience that this part of me is never going to be happy. I was attached to it, and now I need to align with my inner being. As I align with my inner being through small meditations of, and I'll explain, this one is kind of stuck in the past. So whatever this one's missing, and I think I've talked about this before, that yin, that negative side, whatever it seems to be missing, the yang or that positive side has. The yin is looking for the yang is looking for the yin, your inner being is looking for your inner child, and so forth and so on. As I moved in this direction, just by noticing what I thought I was missing in a feeling state and calling it back in, I'm feeling good. All things are flowing to me. Yes, I feel like I'm missing abundance, but I know abundance is always right down the street, always flowing into me. Everything is working out perfectly for me. And I went into this state of understanding this other side because personally I know it's there. For those of you that don't know it's there, go looking for it. Don't seek outside of yourself. Seek that part of you until you can feel and resonate with it. You see, because it is real and it is within you. That inner being that holds pure, positive love, guess what? For you and everything in your life. Can you feel it? Everyone and everything in your life. Perfect, wonderful, amazing. Needs nothing to shift and nothing to change. And only wants to give to that which is smaller. That part of you that feels like it's missing, it wants to give everything to it. Can you feel that? That giving and that receiving? They might feel like they're in two different places, but as we move in this direction, they will come closer and closer together until they become one. And as I moved in that direction, I give everything to you. This is what I say. I give everything, all of my affairs in my life. I give you my body. I give you my health. I give you all of my aspirations and my dreams. I give everything to you. I know you hold everything for me. And yes, I can feel like something's missing in my life, but I know you hold the other side. I send my love and my appreciation and my joy to you because I know that you are the other part that I am missing right now. And I know that even though I feel like it's missing, I know you're there. So maybe we're far apart, but I'm going to pull you in. And that inner being says, I have a light for you, a beacon. And if you will just hold on to that vibration, I will bring it to you because I hold everything that you want, everything that you are, all that you feel like you've missed. As you've zoomed into this limited perspective, I am the broader. I still hold it all here. And basically, it's like zooming out back into who I am. Oh, yes, I feel great. I feel powerful. You are my courage. You are my strength. As Jesus would say, you are the light of the world. I am the light of the world. I am the resurrection, you see, and the life. I'm now moving back into life, back into love, back into peace, back into joy. Do you see? And first it's you have this, you have that. And then as I come closer, as we bring these two parts together, I am, the great I am, you see? And then you'll realize it's all one. I am the courage, I am the strength of my life. I am the joy, I am the pleasure and the flow and the ease and the effortlessness of all that I am. I feel good. I am good. I am the good, the holy, and the beautiful of all that is. All that is wants to flow through me. God wants to live through me, as me, in my life. All of us flowing together as one, you see. And now here's that massive part, giving to this other part. The negative side and the positive side coming together as one. To flow as one unit. In Tai Chi, we do that. All that's filled up, if this side's bigger and has all the weight and this side doesn't, it just gives to the other side, you see. And now this one has the weight and it gives to the other side. And at that which is bigger gives to that which is smaller. You feel that? That which is bigger, massive, God itself, the Holy Spirit, infinite intelligence, infinite wisdom, infinite clarity. Can you feel it? All that you have asked for, all that you have queued up, your vortex, the universal whole, wants to give all of itself to this other smaller part of itself. And that's how it works. And even though this one seems smaller and this one seems bigger, they are equal. All parts are equal because two things cannot come together without equality. And now the ocean that moves out comes back. You see, flowing together. It seems like it's empty as it's receding, but then it's filling up at the same time, you see. And that's the essence of life. There's a part of us that will always feel like it's kind of emptying or becoming smaller or missing. And then there's another part that's filling up and becoming bigger and giving to that part. Can you feel those two parts? Because this part without this one, you'll always feel empty, alone, depressed, put the sheets over your head. You'll feel like everything's missing. And in reality, you're missing the other part of you. That's all that part's missing. It's not missing the money. It's not missing anything outside of itself. It's missing the other part of itself. The yin is missing the yang, you see? And that bigger inner being, guess what? It's missing you. Can you feel its longing for you? Its love, its appreciation for you? And here you are, that third part in between, bringing the two together. It's amazing how this works. We're three parts. What? Who knew? But don't take my word for it. Go feel it. Can you feel that inner child without getting caught up in it? Can you feel how it's looking for its love and appreciation? And can you feel that inner being that holds that love and appreciation, that joy and that power and that strength and that courage? As Jesus would say, it is the Father in me that does everything. Can you feel how you are that part? And can you feel when they come together, it creates the kingdom of the oneness of all that you are, and from that, all that we are. This is the journey, and you don't even have to leave your house. It's just putting these two together throughout your day to the best of your ability until they become so together they don't come apart anymore. Like Tai Chi, they just become one. And the engine turns on, that moves them together, just like the ocean, just like the waves, whoosh, coming back together, you see. And then you're pulling in that essence of your vortex, all that you've asked for, all that you've cued in, working and flowing with infinite intelligence, infinite wisdom, infinite clarity. Every second of your life, just emptying and filling up, emptying and filling up. And that part of you never feels alone anymore. And when it does, like it did this morning, that's okay. We'll recognize it. I know that I didn't need to change anything in my life. I didn't need to make calls and try to change situations or circumstances or try to improve my life in any way. All I needed to do was to find what it was really missing was the other part of itself. Jesus talks about in the Course in Miracles that you guys are playing a game with yourself, hide and go seek. One of them is counting and the other one's hiding. You're looking for yourself. Can you feel that? You are your inner child. Can you feel that? And you can become your inner child without your inner being and feel all its pain and then express it in your body in the form of separation. The body's separation is the inner child's separation. And guess what it's missing? It's missing its inner being. It's missing its other half. Can you feel that? That's what pain is. That's what that idea of suffering is. That's what the idea of blame in the world is, and wanting to change certain things and so forth and so on in order for this part to feel good. And guess what? You will never, ever, ever please that part because it's alone. And anything out there and no other soul can ever appease it. Ever. It needs its other part. And you can become that inner being. Search for it. Seek for it. You want to seek for something? Seek for yourself. Seek for that other part of you. That magical, beautiful, wonderful, powerful, strong, courageous part of you. And then bring it to that other part. Breathe them together. That's what the breath is doing, you see? That which is empty, that which is full. Can you feel it? Those two parts coming together. The homecoming, the prodigal son coming home, you see? That which lost everything, that which had everything. You see, it's all right here in these stories. Breathe them together. Bring them together. The balancing breath, you see, of your inner child and your inner being finally coming together as one. I hope this helps. As always, it is up to you what you receive. Thank you so much for following along. It is my unconditional love for all of you. I love sharing this. It is my passion and it is my excitement. Keep the comments coming. Like the video if you're enjoying it, and continue to subscribe and share. And as always, my unconditional love and appreciation to all of you on this journey of reconnection between us all.